Yeah. All right, ladies, come have a seat. And let's get centered. Notice if your hips are tight. Notice if your shoulders are tight. And just, you don't have to judge it. You just notice. And notice the idea that you could notice without judging. That's something we all work at all the time, I'm hoping. It's just what it is. So if your knees are really high and your hips are tight, just sit on a block. Put a block under your sit bones or a pillow, anything. Yeah. And then close your eyes. And let's come to our breath. Oh, yeah. I like to take a cleansing breath out. And then as you inhale, just draw the breath, your spirit, right up in through your nose from the depths of where you come from. Yeah. And then exhale through your nose. This is a season of starting to look into things, starting to slow things down in some ways for the fall and winter. To set our intention. And maybe it'll be just to notice without judgment. Take a few more breaths until you really experience the inhale, the depth of it. And the exhale, really slow, like you're dripping, dripping, dripping out of you. Take one more breath. Just to feel that rhythm. And slowly open your eyes. And circle your arms all the way up and just reach right and left. I just want you to reach side to side. Just reach. So when you reach to the left, it's with your right arm. When you reach to the right, it's with your left arm. And let's just see where we're at on the sides of our body, warming up our core. Just a little bit. That's where we start. Exhale. 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 So when we have our weights in our hand, we're going to probably breathe in a little bit more through our mouth, and it's a different kind of rhythm. But let's just kind of wake everything up. Exhale. Exhale. Good. And exhale. Yeah, start getting the gas out. And then circle your arms up. Take your right hand to the earth. Reach all the way to your right. Take your left hand behind your head, your left shoulder blade down, your back. Open your heart. Good, roll it open. And then see if you can squeeze your left elbow towards your right knee. And inhale and open it up. So exhale, let the breath lead the way. When we're doing things that are yoga-like, that's when you want your breath to lead the way, right? Take two more just like that. Open it up. No, notice how long that breath is and just be amazed. Good. Then come back to center and reach your left arm to the right, just softening your right elbow. It's going to take a little bit. Good. And all the way back to center. Oh, yeah. Circle your arms up. I love to feel how my left shoulder is higher than my right. Then you're going to take your left hand to the earth and reach your right arm over to the side. Keep your right hip grounded, right? Then take your right hand behind your head, your right shoulder down your back. Open your heart. Inhale. And exhale, tap. And inhale, open. Oh, and exhale, tap. And inhale, open. Oh, and exhale, tap. Take one more, just like that, really full, really deep. You might hear some snap, crackle, pop, things coming back into order. And then reach your right arm to the left and get a nice reach so that your right hip is grounded. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And all the way to center. Take your arms out to T with the shoulder blades hugged together, and imagine you're squeezing some really hard peaches in your hands. And you're going to roll your arms back, and you're going to roll your arms up, and you're going to roll your arms back, and you're going to lift your arms just a little bit at a time and roll right from the whole upper arm so you can feel it in your shoulders, and lift and roll and lift. Good. And all the way back. Good. Now with your arms forward, I want you to flex your wrists so your fingers are reaching back, and open your heart. You're going to feel the bottom of the shoulder blades. Scoop your heart forward. I want those engaged, right? And then you're going to give yourself a hug and round your back like a cat. Inhale, come all the way back up. Open your arms. Oh, yeah. And take your opposite arm on top, the one that's not naturally on top, and round your back. Come back to center and inhale, open. Good. Circle your arms up. I know. I like you to really pay attention. Take your left hand to your right knee. Get a nice twist here. Oh, yeah. Inhale back to center, arms up. And twist to the left. Yeah, it's amazing how powerful we can be just by sitting. Inhale up, exhale and twist. Inhale up, and exhale and twist. Oh yeah. And come back to center and right into table pose today. Yeah, on Wednesday we really have to move along. All right. Make your way to table pose, soften your heart, lift your belly, and make your way to cat and cow. Exhale and inhale. Oh, yeah. And exhale. Get a nice stretch in your back. Flexion and extension of your spine. Imagine your spine in your mind's eye. Inhale. Oh, yeah. And exhale. And then take a few hip circles. Really lengthening, maybe even reaching your hands slightly forward to get into that length that you just established inside of your body. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then change directions. Just take a few more here. Good. And we're going to extend your right leg directly out to the right. A nice stretch here. And then step into your right foot and pivot your right toes out to the right. Coming up, you're going to take some lightish weights with you carefully. Shoulder blades are down your back. So I want to start with our forearms together. And then we're going to come back. And when we come back to center, you're going to lift the weights into a shoulder press. Got it? Shoulder blades are down your back, forearms and palms are back. So you can already feel your shoulder blades here. So exhale, squeeze your chest, and then you come back to center and lift. So keep your right thigh bone back. Okay. Very light weights, your lightest, or 0 is good. Good. So I just felt my right foot want to slide forward. Let's get into our hips. And 8, 7, this is light weights, you can see why, right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh yeah. Carefully take your hips back and release those weights. Now you can extend your right leg forward, getting a nice stretch here. Now I like blocks here, ladies. If you have your blocks close by, notice how you can maybe get a little longer space, longer spine with a block under your hands. Yeah. It doesn't mean it's less than, it means it's just more aligned. Flex your front right ankle and soften your chest. Get a big stretch in the hamstrings here. Breathing into it. Now step into your right foot, reach your hips forward. Now lift your heart. I have my hands still on the earth for the first one. Then I'm going to come all the way back. Inhale. Now circle your arms up. Take the whole breath. Yeah. And then all the way back. And all the way up. Inhale. And exhale back. So this is the beauty of the length of the breath, is that you have plenty of time to really set it up and find your edge. Let's take one more here. All the way up. Good. Now stepping into your right foot, I want you to take your arms to T and twist to your right. You can take your right outer hip back, but get a nice deep twist here. Good. Now you're going to take your left hand to the earth, and maybe you'll extend your right leg a little bit longer once again and get a deep, deep stretch in the hamstring with a twist. Oh, I love that one. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Good. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to take your right hand to the earth and then step into your right foot. Good. Now open up your heart once again. So this is not so much for the hamstrings, now it's for your hips. And you're going to take your right hand to the earth and then soften your elbows. This is for your hips. Inhale and open it up. Big twist, big roll of the ribs. Exhale and soften. Inhale and open. Exhale and soften. Now you're going to come up, all the way up, and we're going to work on our right bicep. We're going to do a concentration curl on the right. So now you can take a more moderate or heavy weight. Carefully. You're going to take your right elbow inside your right inner thigh. Open your heart and take a whole concentration curl here. Exhale. Can you include your core? And I'm always talking about the pelvic floor. Yeah, we want to have those muscles really toned. Exhale. Slow and slow and slow and patient. Something I know I'm working on. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. All right, we're going to count to 8 now. And 8. Look how slow. 7. Really cooking it up. Really thinking about it. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Now we're going to go halfway. So you get your elbows at 90 degrees. And imagine you just want to tap your shoulder with the weight. 7, 6, still slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh yeah. Carefully release your weight. Make your way back into table and just shake it out. Just shake it out. Good. Take some hip circles here. Maybe even coming into a child pose just to see where your knees and your hips are. Your right hip is going to be way more flexible than your left. And it's really good to see what the difference is. And take a breath. All right. Come back through center and extend your left leg out to the left. So we're going to just step it out first. Take a nice little stretch, reaching your hips back. Just get everything kind of ready to go. And then you're gonna step into your left foot, taking your left toes out to the left and come all the way up. Now, you might want to use even lighter weights than you used before or no weight at all. Because we're going to come back to that chest and shoulder thing. Yeah. Elbows. Now, if this is too much for you or your shoulders, you can take your elbows and keep them forward, or you can pull up and widen. So those are some good options. Find your option and then come into your left hip, squeeze. And when you come back, you're going to lift and squeeze, keeping your left thigh bone back, keeping your elbows high as your shoulders when they're going in front of you for your chest. Exhale. Exhale. Yeah. Say hello to those hips, the shoulders, the chest. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Yay. Take your weights to your body, take your hips back as you carefully release your weights and extend your left leg forward. Now remember, this is where I really like to use a block. So if you have blocks under your hands, this is great here. Take your left outer hip back and soften your chest, finding a nice stretch in the whole back side of your left leg. Breathe into it. Oh yeah. Then stepping into your left foot, take your chest forward and get a nice stretch. Good. Now come all the way back, flex your left ankle. And now you're going to come forward and lift your arms up if you like. And all the way back. And all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, good, all the way back. And one more time forward. Now you're going to take your step into your left foot. Circle your arms up. First, you're going to twist to the left, keeping your left outer hip back. Big twist in your rib cage. Good. Then take your right hand to the earth. Lift your left arm up. And maybe you can extend your front left leg a little bit, maybe a lot. And you're going to come pretty deep into the left hip and left hamstring. Open it up and find your breath here. Your left heel is dug into the earth. Imagine you're trying to draw it back right into your core. Your right hand is on a block, probably. Blocks are really ideal here, guys. Take another breath. Oh, yeah. And release your left hand to the earth. Now you're going to step into your left foot. Keep your right hand to the earth and open up into a deep twist, rolling now your right waist to the left and lean back at an inhale. Exhale your left hand to the earth, and now you're going to soften your elbows. And find the rhythm here. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Oh, this always feels so good. You can see where things get tight. Let's take one more after this. Inhale and exhale. And then you're going to come all the way up. Circle your arms up, get nice and connected. And then we're going to do a concentration curl on the left. So you can take a more moderate or even a heavy weight here. Take your left elbow inside your left inner thigh, and we're going to do a whole concentration curl, a full bicep curl. Good. Elbow inside your left inner thigh. Imagine you're trying to touch your shoulder. Exhale. But see if you can keep it slow. Good. Exhale. Exhale. Squeeze. And squeeze. And let's count. Ready? Count with me. 8 and 7. You want to go faster? I know. 6, 5, 4. Notice your core. Last one. Now 90 degrees. 8, slow. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, carefully release your weight. You're close to the earth. This is good. Now you're going to take your blocks. They should be near you. They shouldn't have to do what I just had to do. And you're going to take them on either side of your mat. You're going to curl your right toes under and lift up your right knee. And lift and lower your hips. Good. Now stepping into your front left foot, you're going to step your right foot forward beside your left. Good. Now you're going to step your left foot back, coming into a lunge. You might have to plane it a little bit, but you should feel the stretch there. Good. Now step into your front right foot. Use your core to step your left foot forward and come into a forward fold. And we're going to do that back to the right foot back. Make sure you're breathing. And then right foot forward. Left foot back. Left foot forward. Forward fold. Look halfway up now. Now I want you to really reach your heart forward and reach your inner hips back, your inner thigh bones. Roll back, your thigh muscles roll back. And then fold into this nice deep fold. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale and fold forward. Press your feet down and circle your arms all the way up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist and lift. And exhale to the left. Whoa, so good. And all the way back to center. And just circle your hips, making sure you feel nice and loose here now in your hips. Good. So now we're going to take lightish weights. This is for your upper back now. I don't know. I'm going to start with my 8s, but I think 5 or 2 or 3 might be better. You guys, you'll see. You'll see. But you're going to come into a second position with your thigh bones back, your knees tracking your second toes, and you don't want your knees to go much further than your ankles. Check that out. You're going to stay nice and tall with the top of your pelvis back. Let's see. Tailbone down, right? Reach your right elbow back. And then as you exhale, you're going to sit back, reach towards the left, and come all the way back up. This is the inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Inhale. And 8, slow, because we don't want any momentum. 7, 6 back, sit back. 6. Good. 5. 4. Look forward. Literally gaze forward. 3. 2. Last one. Inhale. And let's just release that weight and just shake it out. Good. Now, when you come back to center, can you feel the difference in your right upper back? Come back into that little lunge and come up and deeper and up. Your feet are grounded. And now imagine your feet are trying to slide together and down and back together and down. Now your right shoulder's back. Let's get our left shoulder back. So your two shoulders might be different. You might need a little, even lighter weight or zero weight. It doesn't matter. You really don't need weight here. Your left elbow's on a shelf, right? Right shoulder back and reach over to your right and come back up. Exhale, sit back, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Good. Slowly, so you can really get your core involved. Exhale and inhale. And 8, 7, 6, 5, yep, 4, 3, 2, last one, yay. Okay, carefully release that weight. And then walk your feet in once again. Let's take some arm circles here. Checking in with your shoulders. Making sure everything feels just right. Good. Now take your heels together or toward each other. Come onto your tiptoes and see if you can come into a little bend here, a little balance. Good. And then come up on your tiptoes and back on your heels. Good. Up. Soften your knees. Up and back. Up. Soften. Up and back. Up. Let's just take one more just like that. And back. Good. And shake that up. All right. Now you're going to step into your right foot and take your left foot into a bit of a curtsy. So this is going to encourage a little bit of balance. Your right hip is going to want to slide forward, wander, but you're going to keep your right hip back so that your hip points are square in front of you, okay? We're going to dip slightly forward. You're going to take a row and a kick back, and a row and a kick back, keeping the right outer hip back. So there's a lot of things happening here. And you can take some weight to it if you like. I'm going to take, I don't know, my more moderate weight. I don't know if that's a good idea. And I can always change my mind, right? You got to have some balance here. Right outer hip back, tip from the top of the pelvis. So your belly, this is core work also. And you're going to row, kick back, and row, and kick back. So notice how I have my palms down and then my palms face each other. Exhale. Elbows stay back for the kickback, right? Kick back, elbows back. Good. Keep your right hip back. Now, breathing is not rhythmic here necessarily because I don't want you to hyperventilate, but just make sure you're breathing. 8, 7. Keep your right hip back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. and back to center. Now take your weights and simply release your muscles for a little swing. Good. All right. While we're here, our shoulder blades are down our back, our feet are hip width apart. The top of your pelvis is back. You might even stand up a little taller, yeah? And you're simply gonna squeeze your waistline, making sure you're not using your shoulders towards your ears, right? Keep the shoulder blades down your back. Yeah, and just find that you're breathing. This is not a yoga breath here. As long as there's weights in your hand, it's not yoga breath. Okay. Yeah. It should feel good. We'll be done with standing with one more pose. And then we'll get into more yoga. Good. Okay. 8 and squeeze. 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And I want you to release the weights. I want you to feel no tension in your body right now, guys. Yeah. Shake it all out. Circle your hips. Yeah, no tension in your body. Good. Keep your feet now hip width apart and just sit back. Reach your arms forward. So this is going to get into your quads too. Sit back, squeeze your glutes, lift your pelvic and squeeze your belly, pelvic floor. Sit back and come up. So I'm taking my hips forward when I come up. Yeah. I try to get all the weights in the first half of the class so that we can just stretch it out the second half. All right. One more. All right, shake it out. Now, we're going to do the row and kick back, and we're going to do it with our left foot forward. So you might want some lighter weight now. So whatever weight you choose to do, you know where we're going. Softly, carefully, soften your knees, engage your core, and lift up your weights. You're going to step your left foot forward, and I'm going to do a curtsy, but you know you can step your right foot anywhere you want. Your left hip, I want you to draw it back. Good. You're going to come tip forward. You're going to roll your palms forward, so your upper arm bones roll back. This time, you're going to pull the palms up and then back. And you're going to keep the palms that way. Exhale. And just find your breath. To me, this grip reminds me of an offering. You're open-hearted, you're open palm, right? Yeah. Now you can lighten your load, lighten your weight. You can have no weight at all. You choose that, okay, guys? You can even do it during this set. All right, 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. There's a bit of a balance there. Let's release our weights and shake it out. Okay. Nice work. Okay, I want you to stand up tall with your feet hip width apart. Shake out your shoulders. Notice how everything feels. Maybe a hint of a smile. Make sure there's no tension in your shoulders. And then we're going to come to the front of your mat and make your way into Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. Good. And twist to your right. Oh, yeah. And notice If it still feels a little tight or not, yep. Inhale back to center and twist to your left, keeping your right hip back. It might feel a little tight because weights do that, right? Inhale back to center. Exhale and fold forward. Oh yeah, so you can take your hands to your blocks here, obviously, right? Inhale, halfway up. Reach your heart forward, your hips back. Maybe you can lengthen your legs a little longer, maybe. Exhale and fold forward. And then you're gonna step back to your plank with your knees either up or down, right? But just check in with your core, your shoulders. And then lower as much as you like, making your way into an inhale, up dog. Exhale, right into a down dog. All right. And before we even get into this, I want you to come right into either a child pose or a Japanese sit, sitting on your heels, checking in with your knees, your hips, and mostly your breath. Ah, yes. Good. And right back into down dog. We don't want to take too long a rest here. But walk your dog. Come onto your tiptoes, reach your heels towards the earth. Back to your tiptoes, heels towards the earth. Good. Stepping into your left foot, lift your right leg all the way up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. All right, now you might want your blocks here on the floor. You're going to come all the way up into warrior one. Good. And deep, deep. Okay, so we have to do one more set of everything we've done. So we're going to start with our bicep. Girls, last one. So you've done a lot of biceps. You might want a little lighter weight now. Right outer hip back, left inner thigh is fired up. Now notice the top of your pelvis. Even take your fingers there and tip the front of your top pelvis back. Now you're going to be taller, right? Shoulder blades down your back. We're going to start with a hammerhead grip. And you're going to flip the palm up when you come to the top. And then you're going to straighten both legs when you come back. Got it? And squeeze. Inhale. And you want to exhale into it. You might want to even exhale through your mouth. No hyperventilating, please. Good. Exhale. And maybe you'll get a little deeper in your hips. Or you're going to stay nice and tall in your torso. Good. Just one more set of everything here. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Yeah, that was tough. Take your weights to your body and just move your feet into warrior 2 position. So if your bum is back, bend your knees, lift your chest, take your bum a little further forward and get deep into the warrior 2. Make sure your right toes are out to the right. Your right thigh bone is back. Your rib cage is nice and perpendicular to the earth. Good, got it? So this time, we're all gonna row it up and wide and come back. Got that? And row it up and wide. Good. Row it up and wide. Good. Think of your shoulders. Think of your chest. Good. Very doable. Slowly. Shoulder blades are down your back. You might need to lighten your load. Please feel to do that. Feel free to do that. Yeah. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one. Take your weights to your body, take your bum back. Good. Release your weights. Good. Now bend both your knees. Sit your bum back. Really sit your bum back. I want you to really get into that bum back with both your knees bent. And you're going to start to dip to the right. So we're going to come into triangle pose. And little by little, you're going to lengthen your legs. Little by little, you're going to reach a little deeper. Lengthen your legs, lift your right waist up. Find your breath here. And then make your way into a lovely triangle pose. Strong as you are. And breathe into that. Good. Notice your bum. You want it really nice and toned. Ah, yes. Exhale your left hand to the earth and make your way into down dog, or you can take a half vinyasa first if you wish. Oh, yeah. And let's just walk our dog. Again, this is for your shins. This is for your peroneal muscles. Yeah, they get so tight. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. This is the last flow, right? Exhale, step your left foot forward. And inhale, and circle your arms up. Good. Oh, yeah. Nice and tall. Circle your arms up. Good. Now, for this one, we're going to, we don't have to do what we did before. What we're going to do is simply do triceps. So you're going to need a light weight, because we're just going to pulse into those weights, into the triceps. Left outer hip back. A slight forward. Palms are up. And you're simply going to lift them back. Notice how I don't bring my palms, my hands much further than my hips. It's not a big movement, but it's hard. Palms back, 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 back. Yeah. Now see if you can get deeper in that lunge. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh, yeah. 1. All the way back to center. Take your weights to your body and make your way right into warrior 2. Good. Okay, good. Shoulder blades down your back. I want you to have your lightest weights, 0 to light. You're going to keep your knee elbows 90 degrees, hammerhead grip. Good. And then you're going to straighten your legs and simply lift your elbows up and back. I call this the chicken. But this is really good for your rear delts. Exhale. I want you to keep your left toes out to the left. Your left thigh bone is back. Your spine is long. You're not leaning to the left. Good. Those little caps to our shoulders. They look nice too. Good. Let's count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's 1. Good. Whoa. Release your weights. Bend both your knees and sit your bum back. Good. Now you're going to start to dip to the left, and little by little, you're going to lengthen your legs and unfurl into a triangle pose, using your core to lift and lower. Good. Blocks are good here too if you want to block under your left hand. And you're gonna breathe into that. Lengthening your legs. Lean back, lean back. Good. And good. Take a breath or two. And then all the way back to center. So I want you to have your block nearby. And you're going to pivot your feet parallel. And heel toe your feet a little bit narrower. So you're going to come into almost a squat, not quite. You're just going to come almost. And take your hands to your block. So the block has 3 heights. You decide what height is good for you. And then you're going to pivot your feet parallel, lengthen your legs, and fold a little deeper, right? And then take your toes out about 45 degrees. Make your way to an almost squat. And then you're going to lift your hips, pivot your feet parallel. And then, so all your toes are forward when you come into this fold, this wide stance, forward fold. Toes out, a squat. Toes in, parallel, forward, forward fold. We're going to take 2 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, last exhale. And then you're gonna come into your yoga squat. Nice. Oh yeah. With your hips nice and juicy, your upper body feeling pretty strong, right? And just breathe into that. This is really important pose, ladies. Yeah. Oh yeah. And all the way onto your bum. Good. So I want you to keep your block nearby, please. Yeah. So draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Notice how your hip flexors say, yeah. And your low back feels nice and stretched out. So now you're going to come onto your forearms. And make sure the top of your pelvis is back. You're going to already feel an engagement in your belly and your pelvic floor, right? Imagine you do. Okay. Now you're going to either lift and tap from the earth, or you can lift your shins to table and tap from there. Tap, tap. But the top of your pelvis stays back. You do not allow that. That's why you might want to come from the earth up. That might be better for your core if it's where you're at, right? And tap, and tap. Pelvis back, and tap. Good. Make sure you're breathing here too. Now you're going to come all the way up to the top, if that's where you started, and see if you can tap both toes at the same time, both feet at the same time, keeping the top of the pelvis back. You should feel it pretty deep in your core. I'm hoping you do. If you don't, you let me know, guys. I guess if you do, let me know. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now you're going to cross your shins and come all the way up. So my right shin is forward, sitting up tall. Now I'm going to give a nice stretch here in my low back and just get a nice stretch there. Yeah. Notice if your right shin is forward or your left shin is, because I want you to do the left shin next. The other shin anyway, and breathe into that. Close your eyes. See if you can let go of any tension in your back and your hips. Good. Come all the way back up. Nice. Take your feet to the earth. And now you can keep your hands around your shins, or you can keep your, yeah, that's about the best I can do here.
You can always take your hands behind you. But what I want you to do is twist right and left. So if you can use your hands, you can punch, you can take a light weight and twist. But the top of the pelvis is back, however you choose to do it. And we're not gonna use momentum of any kind. We're gonna make sure we feel those transverse abdominals doing their business. Exhale. Good. Make sure you're breathing. And 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right. Come all the way back up. Oh yeah. Now you're on your sit bones. Now you're going to cross your opposite shin. So now it's my left shin forward. Sukhasana, easy sit. And now you're going to come forward with that. Oh yeah. And maybe it'll feel a little easier. Oh, you can always take a block under your forehead. That feels nice too. If that works for you, if you like that. Yeah. Because we're learning to us be us, right? Yeah. All right, make your way back to center. And you're going to take your hands behind you on the mat, your feet to the earth. Lift your heart. So traditionally your hands are forward, but I like them out to the side. Notice how that affects your shoulders. Lift your heart, press your feet down, and you're going to get a nice stretch in your arms and your chest. Lift your bum, look up to the sky. Oh yeah, and get a nice stretch in your chest, and go back. Oh yeah. And then slowly lower all the way back to the earth. Keep a block nearby as you start to roll one vertebra at a time back to the earth. Oh yeah. Shake it out. Now I want you to push your feet to the earth and lift your bum. So let's work on that first. Press your feet down, lift your bum, pelvic floor, core. Notice the whole core of your body includes your glutes. And you're going to lower and lift and lower and lift and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Keep your feet grounded. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good. 3, 2, last one. Now you're going to come onto your tiptoes and walk your feet a little closer and find 8 little squeezes, not fast, but little squeezes, getting from the shin, from your feet to your shin into your glutes. And just pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to take your block, if you have your block nearby, and you're going to slide it under your, around your sit bones, your tailbone. No, not your sit bones, but your tailbone. And you're going to release your tailbone to the block. Throw your right knee in toward your chest, then your left knee in toward your chest, and extend your legs all the way up to the sky. Now, traditionally, we stay here for at least 5 breaths. But now is an opportunity to start coming back to your Ujjayi breath. You're reversing the flow of prana, the blood flow. Your heart's getting a break. This is going to calm your body. Close your eyes and use those big, deep Ujjayi breaths we used at the beginning. In through your nose, nice and long. And exhale slowly through your nose, very slowly. Imagine you're sipping in the air, the prana, right into your lungs and heart. And then exhale slowly through your nose. Good. Now you're going to widen your legs, just widen your legs. Get a nice stretch in your inner thighs. And you're going to bend your knees a bit and then press your heels out and wide. Just get a nice stretch here. Bend your knees quite a bit. Bend your knees a lot, actually. And then press your heels out as if you're pressing something with the soles of your feet. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Nice stretch out. Get a nice stretch. Oh, yeah. One more time. Bend your knees a bit, like frog, and then all the way out. Nice stretch here. You can reach your legs toward your torso. Get a little deeper stretch in the hand and the hip flexors. Yep. Oh, yeah. And then all the way back up. Bend your knees towards your chest. Take your feet to the earth. Lift your bum to remove the block. And lower. Then slide your bum over to the left just a little bit. Take your arms to T. And then drop your knees over to the right. Make sure you know where your weights are, especially in relation to your toes. And make sure you don't hurt anything. Good. Now you're going to take your left arm and reach it up and over, all the way over to the right, stretching your left arm longer than your right, getting a stretch in the back of your left shoulder. And just make sure it's nice and stretched out. The breath, let the breath lead the way here. Good. Oh, yeah. Then all the way up and back. Back to your twist. Now come back through center, slide your bum to the right, lift your knees, and drop your knees to the left. Oh, get into that twist first. Make sure you really feel a nice release into it. Because you know where you're going. Check in with your breath. And lift your right arm all the way up and over and past your left hand, getting a stretch in your right shoulder. Inhale all the way back up to that twist. Oh, so good. Then make your way into center. Take your arms beside you, palms up. Walk your shoulder blades together. Lift and shake your hips. Take the top of the pelvis. Roll your pelvis to the earth from the top to the tailbone. Now take a big inhale through your nose so that you feel it in your back. And then slowly exhale through your mouth, very slowly, as you release your legs long and wide of the mat. And allow yourself 2 minutes, just 2 minutes to rest. And take a rest.
Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest, kind of roll your ankles a little bit more, yeah. Roll to your right side. Notice how you feel as you make your way into seated and bring your palms together to your heart center. Looking deep inside to my essence, back to where I started, knowing who I am, right? And taking that into the world. The light of me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Love you guys. Let me turn off the recording.